And we are live. Once again, with a terrible lighting system. I apologize for that. I will apologize till the day I die, but it is awful. What can I do? Hi, everyone. It's me, Brian. I don't know who's there yet because I'm not on the chat. It's probably just Chandler because I know Jonah couldn't make it, and those are my two regulars. Maybe everyone's here for once. Maybe I got 20 people. God, I would love to do a live chat with a lot of people. Kill that sound. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Well, I got a lot of people here. What's going on? I think I screwed up. Did I make this unlisted? I thought... Okay. I got a lot of people here who aren't in my chat and aren't in my Patreon. That's not exactly right. Oh boy, what did I do? This is on me. Hold on a minute. This is on me. I made it public. Whoops. All right. Okay, that was on me. I actually made this public. It's unlisted now, so nobody else will see it. Yes, this is normally... This is for my Patreons. This is a monthly Patreon chat. I'm not going to kick anybody out because it's on me for doing it. But in the future, you have to pledge $5 or higher to be part of these chats. So, Trevia, Jeremy, I won't kick you out because it's on me for making this public. I didn't think when I did that. But in the future, you won't be able to come into these chats unless you pledge on my Patreon, which is not a bad idea, by the way. Let's see. Well, yeah, just 5's enough. But I do these once a month, and it's just a little get-together with my patrons. I talk about what's going on. I chat. It's a good time is had by all for about an hour. I am done. No, I'm not done. I'm working. I'm editing together the new You-Know-Who reaction for Kerblam, the episode 7 of the new season of Doctor Who. I'm going to write and film the next comic book issues pull list tomorrow, and I'll give you guys the sneak preview of what's on it. Hold on a minute. What's up? Were you checking out my ass? Caught you. I don't blame you. There's a lot of butt shots in here because I bend over and get out of my chair a lot. All right. I've done this for like 2 years. I can't believe I forgot to set it to private. Or is it or even unlisted? No, I set it to unlisted usually. Maybe I should just make it. Well, no, I can't make it public. I usually once a month do a Q&A on my Facebook page. So, but this month I'm going to be reviewing on the pull list Mysteries of Love in Space, Robotech, The Wonder Twins, and Hulk Vereen, a book that finally delivers what it promises. So I was at Graham Cracker Comics, which is a chain here in Illinois, and they're having a sale today on all new comics, as long as they're a month old. Anything that came out like February 20 or January 21st and older is $1.50 today, so that's nice. I'm going to go through my autograph pile here for something very important. I'll show you. You want to see all my celebrity autographs that I've collected over the years? Of course you do. Oh, right away. Right away. Well, here's The love of my life, Michelle Rodriguez. This is what I was looking for. Respect, Torque. Respect. I don't need that. His monkey brother from another mother, Mickey Dolenz. My favorite monkey. I need that for tomorrow, though, the Peter Tork picture. The very first C2E2, we're coming on about the 10-year anniversary. Now, this is the second or third C2E2. This was 2013, so that was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But, yeah, not too bad. From Game of Thrones, I am blanking on her name, right? Natalie Dormer, who was Marjorie Tyrell. I had a long talk with her on Friday. Nobody was getting autographs on Friday, so I was able to go up to her, talk to her about how I just heard her in Neil Gaiman's Neverwhere audio play. Very nice lady. Like these glasses drive me nuts on these live chats because they're always reflecting light, but I gotta have a light on, otherwise it's like it's badly lit in here to begin with. But then I can't read the chat, so bear with me. Huh? Todd Bridges, different strokes. Gary Coleman was supposed to be there, but he got sick, and then a few years later he died. So I never got to meet Gary, which is... I know he was a confused, angry little man, but God damn it, Different Strokes was my favorite sitcom as a kid. I got a Battlestar Galactica. I got it signed by Colonel Tyrell. What's he done since then? I never got anyone else to sign it because, like, you know, the next year Adama was there. And he wanted like 150 for an autograph. I'm like, what the No, it was like 100, I guess, but still, it was way too much. Way too much. Got Carnival on HBO, one of my favorite shows. Adrienne Barbeau was there. I had a nice talk with her. She was C2E2 had like a little mini horror con off to the side, and that Bruce Campbell was throwing, and Adrienne was there, and she was really nice. Signed Penn and Teller for one of their tours. I've seen them live about 3 times. There's no point in writing anything. I can't read a thing until I put the glasses back on. But the man himself, Bang Bang McFoley. BWO, the Blue World Order. The Blue Guy. Big Stevie Cool, Hollywood Nova. Kurt Angle. My very first wrestling show, Vampiro was there. Not my first, but the first time I was a ring announcer. Because I was a ring announcer for about 9 years. My crush from back in the day, Lita. Not S.A. Rios. Lita was my crush. Let's go through these. I won this in a contest Al Stone had. So. He's a little heavy Republican for my taste, but, you know, still, I liked what he did. Mr. Kennedy. Anderson, whatever. I've got a couple here by my all-time favorite, Jerry Lynn. He did a show we did, and then I met him purely by chance during his retirement tour. He was appearing at the very Grand Packer Comics I was at today, the one in Downers Grove. I was at a different one. I saw he was appearing, so I drove over there. Very nice guy. I'm not going to show you those pictures because they're a little risque. I wish he'd come back to wrestling, but he's gotten bitter. He's a very bitter man these days. It's a sexy sandwich. There's me with Ming-Na Wen from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and me with Haley Altwell, Captain America's girlfriend from Agent Carter. Really like that one. You can see I have my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. lanyard right there. I'm huge. I'm absolutely huge. That's Terry Malloy, Davros from the 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctor eras of the classic You Know Who. Doctor Who. I said You Know Who. You Know Who's my show. Doctor. Paul McGann. And of course, David Harbour can go to hell because there's only one Hellboy, Ron Perlman. So this is a nice little collection of autographed pictures I have. But I wanted to find that Peter Tork because just passed away. Very nice guy. Wizard World, they were all doing them for a while, the monkeys. Mickey, then Peter, then Davey was supposed to do one, and he passed away. And he did another con in Illinois, and I didn't go to that because I knew he was coming to Wizard World, so I missed out on my chance to meet Davy Jones. Excuse me a moment. I got to pour these out. Well, we'll just put these to the side for now. And Peter said, well, do you want me to personalize it? And it's like, I just don't like personalizations because I'm always afraid I'm going to have to sell these on eBay. And if they say to Brian, nobody's going to want to buy them. And he's right. And Peter said, yeah, but if you have to sell everything on eBay, it's usually because the economy's in the crapper because everyone's selling everything on eBay. And it's like, that's okay. I couldn't argue with that. Time for God, she looks beautiful. Oh, that sucks. I don't know who's. Oh, that was probably Natalie Dormer. Yeah, well, he was in demand. Was the Adama? It's not the NWO. It was the BWO, the Blue World Order. That was the parody on ECW. God bless him. Marvel shows. How do I feel about all the shows getting canceled? I think it kind of sucks, but it's business because they're moving to their own streaming service with Disney and stuff. So it's like all the pre-existing deals before Disney were never going to be renewed. That's why Star Wars lasted 2 years at Dark Horse before it went over to Marvel. That's why you're eventually going to see probably the Fox properties, Predator, Aliens, going to Marvel. They won't do anything with them. They're terrible with outside properties. That's why CrossGen didn't last. That's why Malibu didn't last. Yeah, I'd love it if they did something with Prime, but they're not going to. Yeah, so there's the Jessica Jones. That'll be the last season of Marvel. I gotta catch up on everything. I'm so behind on my Marvel shows. Like trying to watch the second season of. I got through Defenders finally, and I'm trying to watch Iron Fist, but it's such a bad show. Not because of Iron Fist or Colleen, but all the other supporting characters are simply awful. Davos is so boring, and Ward and Joy are so annoying. I can't. Every time they're on screen, I want to fast forward and like, where's all the kung fu? That's what I'm here for, the kung fu. Well, it's not even royalties really. So once it's in house, they could do these things. Well, okay, it is royalties, I suppose. They got to. Well, you're getting ahead of me now. What it is, yeah, I mean, they can obviously produce these things cheaper with their own services than paying Netflix and just getting a piece of the money back. They produce it themselves. It saves them money and they get all the money back, so. But I'm watching 2 shows. I had not read the comics before they came out, but I'm loving Deadly Class and Umbrella Academy. I've been binging Umbrella Academy. I'm almost done. I got like 2 episodes left. I'm really liking it. There's some really fun, sweet, nice moments. And Deadly Class is a lot of fun. Let me change this to live chat. Okay. The cast. I think the effects and look of Umbrella Academy are better, but the acting and the cast is a little better in Deadly Class. It's like Umbrella Academy is kind of like a superhero fantasy. Deadly Class is kind of like comic book nihilism. The first episode of Deadly Class is no good. I mean, it's very boring. It's like, let's follow this unappealing character around as he gets inducted into evil Hogwarts. But once he's finally in the school, second episode, it just kind of turns around and goes up because there's all the cliques he has to deal with. There's all the people expecting him to become this great assassin and stuff. I mean, there's school politics, this unreal, these unreal expectations on him, and also these kind of outside forces conspiring to destroy him. And Benedict Wong, who plays the headmaster is like such an unimportant character in the comic, at least the issues I've read, but here he's much more complex. And the teachers kind of have their own story, whereas they're just kind of props in the first issue, the first volume of the comic book, which I've read. Umbrella Academy, I haven't read any of the comics, but I know Ellen Page just play the characters like a completely white and dressed like a violin in that comic. That's not how it's going down in the TV show. But the show's fun. It's got good. The guy who plays the drug addict on that show is really good. I haven't seen Titans or Doom Patrol yet. I want to. I might do like they give you a free week. That's not really enough time to get through those shows unless you sit down and really hardcore do them. But I do want to watch them at some point. I've seen clips of Titans. It looks impressive. I said it looked cool on my trailer reaction, and I got ripped to shreds by the YouTube community. I'm an old school Doom Patrol fan from way back because my dad had a lot of comics that he kept from when he was a kid, even though his brothers destroyed them and colored crayons on them. And he has like the complete run of My Greatest Adventure, which was one of those anthology books DC used to do, and that's where Doom Patrol got their start. So I've read like all the Golden Age Doom Patrol comics. Then when I got a little older, I read like the DC relaunch right before Crisis, or right before Invasion. Then I read some of the Grant Morrison Vertigo stuff, and that was like really trippy. I read the one with Tang and Haught was drawing on it. I didn't read the John Byrne stuff. I haven't read any of the more recent stuff, but I do. I've read Gerard Way's, which is really nice. It kind of harkens back to the Grant Morrison stuff, but doesn't portray it really like the hardcore insanity and nudity and violence that Morrison was doing in that book. It's more like a PG-13 follow-up to that R-rated era. And Gerard Way is the guy who does Umbrella Academy. That's his comic. So I do want to watch Doom Patrol. They're going with the Jeff Johns version of Elastic Girl, which is not really my favorite, where she's like emotionally stable and she's like turns to putty, as opposed to it was always a size control thing. She could shrink or grow. And she was fairly mentally stable. But Jeff Johns, when he brought the Doom Patrol back, like made her flawed for like those Teen Titans issues he was writing, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Crazy Jane is a Grant Morrison character. They made Rebus, the pilot guy in bandages. They made him gay, which he was not in the comic book, but I know he lost the powers, and a woman got the powers. Then man, the woman, and the alien entity combined into Negative Man, and became Rebus, and it was a hermaphrodite. So I think they're kind of playing with that a little bit, not to equate being gay with being a hermaphrodite, but I think they're trying to take the character in a more fluid sexuality direction. I guess I don't know what the hell I'm saying at this point. They're trying to update the character a little bit. It's not. I'm going to shut up because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. As I keep going on about this, I realize that I'm trying to say being gay is the same as being a hermaphrodite, and that's not it at all. So let's just forget I said anything and move on. I do know what I'm getting for Mr. Perez. I've ordered it, but I'm not telling anybody until you won't get to see it until after I see it. George Perez is retiring. George Perez is one of the greatest living artists of our generation, having created the new Teen Titans, drawn Avengers, drawn Crisis on Infinite Earth, drawn many, many great comic books, and he is retiring because his eyesight is going. This last year is his final round of conventions with like one or two exceptions. So I got on his list. He could pre-order a commission from him, and I did, and hopefully it'll be great. Because it's the last one I'm getting. It's the last one, a lot of, that's it. So I have one drawing from him. I put it on my Facebook page. It's on my Comic Art Fans page. Look for Brian Hines, Comic Art Fans, one word, and it's a drawing of Dawnstar from Legion of Three Worlds that he drew. He said, do you want her in the classic outfit, or do you want the newer outfit? Because Gary Franks redesigned the Legion when he drew them in Action Comics, and that was the version he used in Legion of Three Worlds, so I had him draw that. So there you go. Yes, I think The Simpsons should end. I'm going to be right back. I need my voice is going. All this talking, I was going to dry throat, so I'm going to grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Hey. Here we go. This is cool. There's a lot of good comic book Kickstarters right now, I think, because everyone realizes this is the time where people are starting to get their tax refunds back. So Carl Kessel and Tom Grummett have a comic book called Section Zero. They did one. They had a miniseries that they never finished, so they finished it and collected it. Now they're doing a prequel, and at like the $160 level, you can get a commission from them. So I'm doing that. They did a Starfire for me because Tom Grummett was drawing Teen Titans when I got on it. It was after Perez left, but then there's like Jose Luis Garcia drew it for a while. Then Tom Grummett took over in the 90s. So he's, I've said this so many times about Grant Morrison that I think he is a good comic book writer. I do not think he's a good superhero writer. I loved his Doom Patrol. I loved X-Men because he wrote them as a mutant race instead of like mutant superheroes. I loved We Three is one of my favorite all-time comic books. I don't like his Superman at all. His Superman sucks. I gave the Green Lantern 2 issues and I'm out. It's too weird. It's too weird for the sake of weird. But anyway, another thing is Terry Dodson has a Envy store where you can buy his books and prints and things. This is a collection of his old sketchbooks, and frankly, it sucks because Terry's sketchbooks are filled with like he does a little thing about drawing the cover that's kind of cool. It's this kind of stuff, and it's okay. But when I buy a guy known for drawing superheroes, I want superhero drawings, and this is mostly these are like he did six small sketchbooks. He did 3 that are collected in the first one. This is the second one. This collects the 4 through 6, and those are like a lot of design work he did for a 1980s Russian superhero comic book called Red One, which is good, but it's just like mostly like headshots of this character. So it's like it's not really anyone. There's no like Spider-Man or Black Cat. It's like it's mostly like headshots of him designing these characters, and it's okay. But the nice thing is Terry is a great artist. Mostly known for drawing the Black Cat, so he likes to draw her in like Victorian outfits for his covers and stuff. I've got a Black Cat commission he did for me a couple of years ago in Wizard World. But you can get the book signed, personalized, or he'll do a sketch. So I got one here. I got him to do Wonder Woman for me. I said, "Can I request something?" Yeah, just put it in there. And so I said, "Can you do Wonder Woman?" So that's kind of cool. Will I do Detective Comics 1000 for the pull list? I might. I can't say. The pull list right now, the regular comic book issues will come back. I have a patron who's been waiting very patiently for me to get to his Megatron miniseries. As soon as I'm done with You Know Who, that's going to be the first one back. I will be doing full-on comic book. I did this reaction to get it through through Doctor Who faster, and it just didn't work out. I just don't have enough time because I'm working a full-time job. I'm taking care of my mother. We moved this year. I'm trying to put together a DVD. It's like I'm very burned out right now, and it might be time to end my Doctor Who reviews because I just want to do the comic book stuff. And the Doctor Who stuff, I keep saying, "Oh, I'll get through it in 2.5 months. I'll just do one a week," and then it's like takes me 2-3 weeks to get through. Even a reaction is taking me too long to get through. So I don't know. Everyone says they love the Doctor Who stuff, so I keep doing it. I get better ratings on the Doctor Who stuff than I do the comic books, but my heart's in comic books. I'd rather be focusing on that. So, well, go join my effing Patreon and pledge $20 and I'll do the Man of Steel. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a bitch, but everyone wants me to do comics, but nobody wants to, chip in. I'll do it. I'll probably get around to it. Well, no, I don't. I should say that. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do Man of Steel, probably. I've covered it a little. I covered like I covered it on the pull list, so it was okay. For my money, Action Comics is the really good one. Superman sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's not as good as Action Comics. My favorite Elseworld story, probably Kingdom Come, which I don't know if technically is Elseworlds. If you mean like take the superhero and put him in this weird ass setting, I mean that's like the dystopian future story that every comic book company does. Red Rain. Batman Red Rain. Superman the Dark Side, probably. Where Superman's pod ends up in the apocalypse and he's raised to be Darkseid's son. That's a really good story. That's great. I am. What else can we do? It gets so. I should move this earlier in the day because in my old house I had better lighting, but now by 4 the light outside is gone and I'm just gonna sit in the dark with this one thing. We'll see about the Leviathan Rising. I don't know anything about it right now. I don't. We could talk about Bendis all day. He's a polarizing writer. Some of his stuff's very good, some of it's very bad, like Grant Morrison. If he stays in his wheelhouse, he's good. If he keeps trying to do cosmic, and he cannot do cosmic. That's why I didn't like his Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why I don't like his Superman. Those are the cosmic books. Stick to the street level stuff. In Action Comics, he's dealing with crime bosses who are trying to work their way around a guy who could hear and see anything. So that's kind of cool. My favorite George Perez work is the new Teen Titans, without a doubt. Because I tell you, I just read the latest volume that's out. Volume 10 comes out in March, but I read Volume 9, which is like when they relaunched the book, and it has the Terror of Trigon. And that's probably the best supervillain takes over the world story I've read. We've got all these stories where Darkseid comes and takes over everything, and it never feels like... There's always like 100 superheroes fighting against him. Here, Trigon shows up, and it's just the Titans. All the other heroes they've shown are taken out. All the human race is taken out. There's demons everywhere. He's just standing on a tower, on Titan's tower, unmoving because everything's lost. Raven's turned against the Titan. It's just fire in the skies. Everything's gone. And there's 6 or 7 people left. Raven's mother and the Titans, and they've got to save the entire world. The entire world is gone. It's enslaved. And I mean, it was such a really overpowering sense of this villain has just stepped in and taken over everything, and there's no hope left. Every other time a supervillain takes over, there's always like resistance. There's always people fighting back. There's always he's always barely holding on. Trigon shows up, and it's over. The devil has conquered Earth. So if you want to see, go read Volume 9, even if you don't read any other new Teen Titans, go read Volume 9. Raven finally gives in to her evil side. She and Dad show up and take over New York and take over the entire world. Superman, Batman, all the heroes are taken out. That's it. And even the Titans fail as they try and take him out. So it's really a really good villain story. Yeah, Tom Taylor's a fun writer. So that might be okay. You guys are hearing about books I'm not hearing about. I mean, maybe I'm out of the comic book loop, as it were. Shit. Well, all right, hold on a second. Let me see what I can find here. I always like to show you guys a little things. Where did I put that? Okay, one moment. Another time. All right. Oh. This is my sketchbook. I stopped filling it up a couple of years ago because every artist now wanted money to do a sketch, and I used to be able to get some of them for free, but less and less. And I'm not bitter. It's just the way it is. Everyone needs to make a buck in this economy. So. Some of these have been held up to them. This is not great paper. There's another Terry Dunson. This is from the first C2E2. He did a Rogue for me because he was drawing Rogue. He's still drawing Rogue for the Mr. and Mrs. X series, which I hate, but Goodbye, Jeremy. Consider $5 a month. You can come back. I have a favorite X-Men writer. Probably the Claremont stuff, What can you say? I think the last really great run of X-Men was probably Bendis. I really liked his Uncanny X-Men run. It has to be said. It was okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So this is 2012 George Perez, which is nice. And he just threw it like zip, 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 done. Like, oh my, like the really great ones, huh? You know, hey, you know, this is good. Todd Nauck, he's a guy drawing the Mystery Science Theater comic book right now. Very good artist. He did an '80s Rogue for me. He was late. He had to leave, and I saw that drawing. Like, can you do the '80s Rogue? So he feathered all the hair in like that. Like I felt like bad because it took him so long. Derek Robertson from The Boys, and he got his start on New Warrior, so I had him do a speedball for me. He didn't mind. He was cool about it. Scott Snyder's Justice League. No. That's all I'm going to say. Scott Snyder's one of these guys who's like, let me write the craziest shit I can think of. It's like, come on. Just take it down a notch. Tell me an actual story. Brendan Peterson. I yelled at Brendan Peterson once because I had a commission run and I'm like, oh, how long do I have to pay? Like, well, you should be paying right now. I'm like, well, I just need a day or so to move the money around. I didn't have the money. I heard it from my dad. I say that because I'm looking at a Brendan Peterson drawing. Never mind. Just ignore me. Such a loser. Oh my God. All right, this is the very last one. Cully Hamner did a Blue Beetle. That's a good one. That's my best one in here. I've still got about 20 pages. I'd love to just finish this book. Not 20, not even 20. God, how little do I have left? 6, about 12 pages left. I read Metal, and I didn't read Metal when it was coming out, so there's no point in asking me what I thought about when it came out. I read the collected edition. I got it cheap on Comixology, and I was like, the fuck is all this? Dark Batman Dragons thing? It's like, Batman's a good character, don't get me wrong, and he can work in a cosmic story, but it should not be a cosmic story based on him. Oh, all my life there's been this demon trying to get what the fuck? You're a guy whose parents got shot in an alley. It just got weird. Very weird. Oh, he'll be there, but I don't know if I have the time. Alberto Ramos did a Hobgoblin for me. I had to get there early as hell on Sunday. I was like the first person there because all the VIP lines get in early, so I don't have a VIP ticket. I can't afford those. So I was there and I got in line like at 4 a.m. to get in the door. And it was, but I managed to get there first. So he did that, so I got to his line and he did it. I asked him just to put the bat wings up because I like the new look. That character's gone now. He's became the Goblin King and then he got killed. So Matt Wagner, one of the all-time greats, did a Batman for me. Do I have any thoughts on Alan Moore, Grant Moore? No, Snyder's just writing so out there. Trevor, are you just going to ask me about every single great writer out there? I like Alan Moore's stuff, and then I didn't because he stopped writing superheroes, and that's my wheelhouse. That's where I'm most comfortable. Where do I? I don't mean to be mean. I shouldn't say that. Where's great Adam Hughes? He did a Power Girl. I never got my Power Girl commission from him. I got a Wonder Woman one year, and I said no. And it's like, I won't have to ask him for Power Girl. And I never got anywhere near his commission line again, or he never chose any of mine when I did C2E2 commissions. But he was doing head sketches, so I got a head sketch, Power Girl head sketch by Adam Hughes, the great Babe artist. So there was that. It's consolation prize, but I liked the first Super Sons, but Adventures hasn't been really working for me. The art isn't as nice, and I'm not really digging this whole let's go into space story thing. So, my favorite part of the MST3K comic is the humor. Most comic books do not make me laugh. Humor comic books usually fall flat, but this is working. adding the MST3K cast and jokes into the classic comic books has been working. So don't ask me why, but it does. Testing 1, 2. Is this? I hope everyone can hear me okay. The thing is just like very small. And testing. Oh, that's better. All right. It's really fun. It's a really funny comic book, the Mystery Science Theater comic book. So you got that going for you, which is nice. It's not really complaining. It's just I don't like the Joker Jr. I don't like Lex Luthor Jr. I don't like all the kids playing as Earth villains. It's an okay. They're being their old selves. I mean, I don't know. It's Damien's a little too nice now. John's got a little too stupid, and I don't know. It's not working for me as much as I'd like. The first run was really good. The second run just kind of lost something. I don't like the art. I had high hopes, and it didn't reach those high hopes. So, high in the sky, apple pie hopes. I'm having a shitty week, so if I'm a little on edge today, I apologize. I'm having problems with my PlayStation 4. I'm having problems with the medical insurance. So I had a hard couple of days. So I want this editing to be over. I want my writing to be done. I want to just goof off and eat candy, essentially. President Reagan had it right. I vow to goof off and eat candy. 4 more years. 4 more years. I ordered a new Sideshow piece from Sideshow Collectibles, and they rejected my thing and said, you're going to charge you a cancellation fee. I'm like, wait, what? I can't talk to anybody till Monday, so I got to wait for that. Something fell over there. Oh, it's the Isomine, Mr. Submarine Cup. Mr. Sub's pretty awesome. I don't know if you got them everywhere, but Mr. Turkey Sub, no onions. Okay, the new DVD will be many comic book reviews because the last one had 1 comic book review, Wiz Comics #2. But I reviewed like all 6 stories in that comic. This time I'm taking about 5 individual stories because there were a lot of all the comic books, all the public domain comic books are like anthologies. Like here's Spy Smasher, here's Shazam, here's this goofy kid in love, here's this dog walking down the street. I'm just picking and choosing stories this time to review, like Linkara does in his. So I'm going to be reviewing the first appearance of Mary Marvel. I'm going to keep the Shazam thing going. I'm going to be reviewing the first appearance of The Face, who was kind of like The Mask if you were a gangster. I'm going to be reviewing a romance comic book. I haven't picked which one yet. And those are going to be the 3 comic book issues reviews on the DVD. I'm going to do 2 new riffs. I'm going to try and put together a you-know-who thing with footage from the show from last year. But that way I won't have any Doctor Who footage on there, so I won't be in copyright violation. I'm going to edit something together with like the reviewer versus the reactor storyline as a whole and just present that. And then I'm going to do a double feature for a short box of the Inane I'm going to do on the DVD. So I'll put the Sven Gulli makeup on for that. And I'm going to be reviewing both 2 characters on one show. I'm going to be reviewing The Hand and The Eye, who aren't exactly horror characters, but they're not exactly superheroes either. So I'm planning on 3 regular comic book reviews, 1 short box review, 2 riffs, and a Doctor Who thing. And I think that should be enough. So I'm hoping I can get that all done. I've gotten some writing done. The short box, I had the stuff filmed, and then I lost the footage in the move. I accidentally deleted it. But I've got the script done for short box. I've got the face written. I'm in the middle of writing the Mary Marvel. I got to find the romance thing, and then I got to do the 2 riffs. The Doctor Who thing I should just be able to edit together. So, and I'm going to throw a commentary track on that one, I think. So that's where we stand. That's what the next DVD will be. Because I don't want to just do like reviews and throw them on a DVD like Linkara does. No offense to him. I like to throw a little extra something on there, like, movies and things I've done. That's why I put like the puppet footage on the first DVD. Although the Riffs DVD was just Riffs, so who am I to judge? Captain Marvel thing. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means exactly. We're running down here. What else? I saw the new Lego movie. I liked it, but not as much as the first one. Captain Marvel should be out soon. It's February, so I'm blanking. Shoot. Hold on a second. Let me jump over to Instagram. Oh dear God. Right with you, kids. If Daycall is bringing his, I had $100 for one of his paintings. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you your money's worth at the moment. Hold on with me. I don't know who that is. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So the shit retracted. Okay. There's 6 people watching now. Apparently, and only 3 participants. So why not? It's February, so the Abigail Ranchford cosplay calendar is on to Wonder Woman. We'll just look at her for a moment. Looks like she bought that at a Halloween store for $20, but whatever. Crisis of Infinite Earth being adapted to Arrow, Supergirl, Flash. Hopefully, the Legends too. They've done well with their crossovers. What can I say? That Crisis on Earth X was amazing. The one with the Dominators was really good. So you know what? Let's see it. Let's see Crisis on Infinite Earth. Let's bring back 90s Flash, because I didn't get nearly enough with John Wesley Shipp in the red pleather as I wanted. You're like, let's walk down the street. Oh, you're gone. Like, wait, what? Come back. So they've done really good with the Arrowverse crossovers. People like to complain about Arrowverse, but, yeah, sometimes the episodes are good, sometimes they're bad, but the crossovers have all been really boss. I pointed this out on my Twitter. That scene where they're in Gotham and they're standing in front of the abandoned Wayne Towers, and behind them you see a restaurant named Sweetwater. That's in Chicago. That's near where my dad lives. I've eaten in that restaurant. So they must have shut down that street at like 4 a.m. and filmed that, because that's in Chicago. Chicago always doubles as Gotham. I don't know why. But yeah. So that's kind of cool. I'm trying to think what else we can show you guys. Dan Brereton he's bringing back his Giant Killers miniseries in a new oversized collection. He paints nocturnals. He paints a lot of sketchbooks. There's a lot of his work on Kickstarter, but he fell on that. Bart Sears has another drawing book coming out. I would get that in a minute if he had a commission level, but he's just doing like pre-made art, and I don't really like any of it. So, but Drawing Powerful Heroes, that's on Kickstarter right now. The new Riff Tracks, every year they do a Kickstarter. Their new one is up, and they got like 3 really terrible, cheesy movies. No famous movies this year. That's okay. But I did my usual $10 pledge. I might up that this year. We'll see. But for $10, you get $10. You get 2 riffs. I just heard somebody knocking. I'll be right back. Okay. Somebody left a package from my mother outside. All right. We're wrapping it up. So many last minute questions, guys. Speaking of the Elseworld crossover, apparently we get John can't sub within the Arrowverse, which, well, maybe. We'll see. Well, Lois is knocked up. It might be a few years before we get a working John Kent. Maybe in a future story. Maybe. Kara goes in the future. She meets her nephew or her second cousin. I keep getting that confused because my cousin has a baby and I say, hey, call me Uncle Brian. But actually, technically, I'm the baby's second cousin. So I say, oh, call me Uncle Cousin, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. All right. Here, let me show you. One of my original art collections. Let me see if I can. I think, yeah, okay. So Tom Grummett did a Starfire commission for me about 2 years ago. This is it. I don't. It's kind of hard to see with the light. Oh, that's better. So go find section 0 on Kickstarter. If you put 160 in, he'll do like a bust drawing for you. So it'll be like this body, like this much of a character on a regular 8.5 by 11 paper, but it's going to be inked by Carl Kessel, his longtime inker. So that's a really good price for a drawing by him. Yeah, sure. Well, maybe. I've got an idea in mind. It's kind of like me as an action figure idea, but yeah, sure. You can email me your artist's contact information. If I could, if he has like a DeviantArt site or something, I could look at his stuff. That'd be great. Because he's good, but the stuff I saw was good, but I don't know if it's right for the cover. But yes, email me his information. I guess kind of we're gonna. Have anything else I can bug you guys with? All right, go call up my insurance and yell at them. Oh, here's me as Darth Maul from Halloween 2000. I leave you with that uncomfortable image. Bye now.